Another wonderful few set of sessions. So I booked multiple classes again with different tutors. So over a 2.5 hour span, I had three different tutors, half an hour with one, and then an hour each with two others. The half hour session I had was with a new tutor, new to me at least, and that was really actually quite good. Although I am a little concerned about some of the information that he gave me, because he did give me a specific note on the use of adjectives, which I actually wrote down. I tried to make sure that I was like, is it this? And then he was like, yeah. And I was like, okay. So I typed it out. And then, of course, before I knew it, that time was over. So then I had the next person, and I just tried to continue with the next tutor. And that tutor was actually new to me and to Baselang. She said that she'd only been with Baselang for about a month. And she's like, I'm fully booked until Sunday. I'm like, well, if you're only been with them for a month and you're fully booked until Sunday, that means that you're a pretty darn good tutor. So I'm really excited that I got to connect with you. So she was really great. But then I was confirming with her. I was like, okay, so I was just talking to so-and-so and they were telling me about this and this and that. And then, this is it. And she was like, no, that's wrong. And I'm like, okay. I just made this note and I'm trying to get this thing straight in my head, and then she's saying it's wrong. So I'm not sure who to believe on this, because she's basically saying that what he said, it was not correct. So I might have to just Google that and see a few sources. Usually when I'm Googling things like that, I'll check maybe 2 or 3 sources to see, make sure that they're all kind of saying the same thing. And if I find that, each of the sources are pretty much saying the same thing across the board, then I go with, that information. So I'll probably have to look that up, just because I'm not sure about the use of adjectives. I know for the most part, adjectives go after the noun, but there are some cases where the adjective goes before the noun. And I really need clarification on that so that I don't sound like an idiot. And then the last hour was with a tutor I had just yesterday, which was awesome because, sort of getting to know him and everything like that. We had a really great conversation. I was surprised at how much Spanish I understood when he spoke. And we had a good mix in our class of conversation and using the curriculum. So I know I was very anti-curriculum at one point, but I don't know. I think it's probably a good idea to just go along with the curriculum too. Probably just using the curriculum as a supplement for the conversations that I have. So we have some conversations, we do some curriculum, or we do some curriculum, have some conversations. So in that lesson that I had with him, it was a little mix of lesson and, conversation and curriculum. So that was a really good time. And of course, I get to know him a little bit better. So felt a little bit more comfortable with him. I don't know why I'm so weirdly nervous about Spanish. Mostly, I think it's just because I'm super hard on myself. So I'm always striving for perfection. Additionally, in English, I'm very wordy. I'm a very verbose individual. Tend to use a lot of big words. So it's hard for me to not be able to say the things that I want to say in the way that I want to say them, the way that I say them in English. I can't really say the same way in Spanish. So a lot of times I have to sort of make my English baby English and then think, okay, what's the idea that I'm trying to convey so that I can make a sentence that makes sense in Spanish. So I feel like I'm just slowly sort of getting back into it. I would really like to be a lot further along, I have to be honest, but it's okay. Every step is a step towards where I want to be. So we're working it out. But all in all, pretty good. I like taking those booking those last minute classes. And it's just really fun and exciting. And I'm very curious as to see what's going to happen to me when I get down to the DR next week, because I don't know about the whole having a conversation in Spanish thing, but we'll see how it goes. I'll probably be able to understand a lot more and then just respond in English, but we'll see. Till next time.